Yo, 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 and hello and welcome to the 166th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go up for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning high definition, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Tuesday at 7:40 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. This show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at createforsanity.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter to never miss an episode and buy sick t-shirts from our shop. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us, as well as ask us questions for the show. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Lost Bass.
Yes, lost forever.
But now you've been found.
Yes.
You're like, lost forever. Like, no, you're found, bro. No,
sorry. I was still lost over here.
Yeah, so what's been up, Lost Bass?
Oh, nothing, man. Just still not happy with the fact that I'm back at work. You know what I mean? Is it wrong of me? I think I'm spoiled. You know what I mean?
You're a spoiled bear.
I'm just spoiled. All this beautiful time I had to myself, now I'm back at work.
It's like they think they own us or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
These greedy corporations.
It's time to start the rebellion.
Yeah, but not only am I back at work, but like we have this new boss who's like just a little fuck, and like I hate him.
He's a little fuck. I thought,
Yeah.
okay.
I hope he's not listening to this right now, but dude, I can't stand the guy. You know what I mean?
It's true. Yeah, I can't stand the guy. I don't even know him.
Yeah,
I can't stand
I
him.
appreciate your support either way. You know?
Yeah, we definitely got lazy over there in the chat. Just letting you know. I think I've been back at work for a day. Like today was my second day back at work, and I've already thought about starting
suicide.
I've already started started working on a revolution that well, it's time to revolt. I think we should revolt.
Yeah. I think we should all just live in this like peaceful society where nobody does fuck all.
Yeah.
Except for the essential workers.
Except for the essential workers. They have to work.
I'm just kidding.
No,
No, yeah.
And no,
We could all
they
take
don't
turns
get
being the
raises.
essential
No,
workers, you know?
nah. Only the essential workers. And this is why we don't do that. But I guess I like I said, I'm happy to be back at work. I'm happy to be at a place where I'm needed, I guess. Not that I wasn't needed at home. My girlfriend and my dog, I'm sure they need. Guys, do they need me? Does someone need me?
They probably need you. You know what I mean?
I'll take that.
What have you been doing this week, man? Have you found any great movies or like?
So I started watching Lost. That's why I called you.
The TV show Lost?
The TV show Lost.
Like with the polar bear in the woods and the hatch?
Wow, dude. Why don't you just spoil the whole show? No, but yeah.
Because that's the most important thing.
No, I'm just kidding. We're about to finish season 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. It's been spoiled.
No,
but like
no, I'm not.
No, definitely saw the polar bear. It's pretty interesting.
I don't think they ever really explained the polar bear properly. That was my biggest problem with that show.
But the entire show was the polar bear?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was really pissed. I mean, that was all I wanted to know, really. It's like, what's up with this polar bear? And I don't remember a good explanation. Now, maybe they did. Maybe I'm not remembering it right. You know what I mean?
You need to go back and see.
Did they already explain the polar bear?
No.
Can you explain the polar bear to me?
I can't. I'm only at the end. I'm only on like the last 3 episodes of the first season.
Can you make me a promise?
I'll make a promise.
That if they explain that polar bear, you're going to come to me and explain it? Because it's been one of those many questions about life that's bothered me, but not enough to have me go rewatch Lost, you know?
Yes. The many questions of life, like why do we exist? Why is there a polar bear in Lost?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. What happens when we die?
Yeah. What happens to the polar bear in Lost?
Yeah. So
You know?
the show, there's a couple things about the show. All right. I like it. like the mysteriousness of it. I like constantly being on edge, like what's gonna happen.
Good, because that's pretty much all that show
is
has going for it.
Yeah. Oh, so you don't like it?
No, I'm just kidding. I actually do like Lost. It's a pretty good show. It's one of those shows that's like iconic and kind of like revolutionized TV as we know it.
It's J.J. Abrams.
Yeah. Sorry.
So, but the thing about it is that besides the mystery, like if the mystery wasn't there, the show is completely unrealistic in every way possible. Like, but you don't think about it because you're so involved in this mystery. But like they crash land on this island, and somehow they just have plenty of food. There just happens to be boars they can kill with knives for some reason.
Well, it's not super unrealistic. I mean, there might be pigs on an island
somewhere. But yeah, of course there might be pigs. But not 150-pound boars that you can kill with a knife because you somehow learned how to use knives. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just...
I don't know, man. Pigs, like, okay, wild boars are pretty fearless. Like, when I was a kid, I went, like, pig hunting with my dad. Not with my dad, actually. He just dropped me off in a deer stand with a gun and, like, was like, all right, you know, if you kill something, call me. You know what I mean? And, he, like, one time he drops me off, right? I'll never forget this. And I'm in this, like... tent, basically. It was the deer stand, but you know, normally your deer stand is like made of wood or something that would like stop an animal from fucking you up, you know. But I'm in this little tent with a gun, and the gun is like a single shot gun, and like, you know, 20 pigs come out, and they're all huge, like 200-300 pound, you know, boars. You know what I'm saying? Gigantic, like
Damn.
Bigger than me. You know what I mean? And they're all maybe 10 or 15 feet away from me, like, and like I popped the gun out of the blind and I shot one, and all of the other ones just turned and looked at me. None of them ran away. None of them like fled or anything. Like they just stood there and like stared at me.
Like, yo, bro, you just shot our friend.
It was so scary, dude. Like,
but
and I'm in this
you're not up in
tent.
A tree?
No, I was just on the ground in a tent. And then like my dad had barely even left. So like he pulls back up in the like go-kart thing, and they all ran off, you know what I mean?
Oh, they were about to fuck you up, dude. They were about to give you the business.
It was scary stuff, man.
They were like, oh, so your boy rolls up in his fucking mechanical machine to scare us off. All right, I see how it is, little bitch.
I mean, like, it was a loud gun, and, like, one of them dropped, and none of them even flinched. Like, it was insane.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, they were about to fuck you up. But
I'm
saying,
the point,
think about that
is
with
I
a
could
knife.
Get close enough to it to kill him with
You
a knife.
could get
I guess
close
my point
enough
is
to
that,
it, but are you going to? Because that thing's going to fuck you up.
Well,
You're
it's not
gonna...
even him you got to worry about. It's the other, like, 15 pigs that probably are traveling with it that'll fuck you up. You know what I mean?
Slice up your body with their little tusks.
Boars don't fuck around, man.
They got knives of their own.
They really
do.
You
know what I'm saying? But anyways, so outside of that, also they just happen to find a stream of water that's just continuously flowing to you know, get water to 40-something people that are, you know, there. And I don't know, it's just ridiculous that there's no, like, I've watched enough shows.
Why is that ridiculous?
Because I've watched enough shows where people
have a stream
are thrown
on the island?
no, that people are thrown out into the wilderness and they have to survive for a certain amount of days to know it's not like that. And also, you're constantly bombarded by bugs and insects, and like it's hot and like grueling, and it's very hard to find protein and very hard to find like any type of, you know, food that will keep you feeling.
Maybe they just got lucky, dog.
They're feeding 40-something people with a single boar, like you know, and they're all just fine. None of them lose weight. None of them, like, they have shit to shave with. You know, like there's a part where a guy like ends up needing glasses. Luckily, one of the characters is just a know-all doctor. He understands every single bit of, like, he's an eye doctor. He's a technical surgeon. He's he's everything. You know, he just knows it all. So, like, you know.
Have you watched Lost before?
No, I haven't. But so, like, Jack, the doctor or whatever, like, this guy's showing signs. He's like, well, I can run a couple tests to make sure it's not cancer. I'm like, how are you going to run fucking tests in the middle of nowhere on an island? Anyways, he does some testing. He's like, oh, you just need glasses. I'm like, what chief of surgery knows optometry? Like, I don't understand, like, how
it's like Dr. House, bro.
Yeah, he just knows,
you know?
Okay. Yeah. But anyway, so I watched that. That's what I've been watching.
Yeah.
And then I also watched Scoob. Now,
the new one
the new one. This movie
is good.
is garbage.
Garbage.
Absolute garbage. And this isn't just pessimistic Jamel. This isn't just negative Jamel.
Well, no, you like that other Scooby-Doo show that was relatively new.
Yeah, Mystery Incorporated. This was blasphemous. Like, I don't know how to explain this other than they took the IP that is Scooby-Doo and just shit all over it, like diarrhea shit all over it, and they called it a movie. There wasn't a mystery. There was not a single.
What?
There's no mystery in this movie. Not a single mystery.
Not even a little bit. Not like Zombie Island where it was like not really a mystery, but there's still
there just
like
was
an underlying mystery.
Zero mystery. There's no mysteries happening. They're not solving a mystery.
What happens?
There's just a villain from one of the old cartoons that is like coming through, and he opens a portal to hell with
to hell?
To hell. They literally say hell in the movie with Scooby's paw. Like somehow they open, and you don't even realize how quickly like everything just happens. There's no no real storytelling or anything. Like Fred, Velma, and Daphne are barely in it, and like when they are there, they like you can't tell the difference between Daphne and Velma's voices. Like there's no difference in their voice. They don't act very like Daphne never says jinky, or Velma never says jinkies.
What?
You know, like it like
not one jinkies.
Fred says jinkies.
What about my glasses?
No, and so like, and Fred is played by Zac Efron.
Oh God.
The voice of Shaggy is not Shaggy. It's not Matthew Lillard. It's nobody that even sounds like Shaggy. He literally talks like how I'm talking right now. This is how Shaggy talks in the movie, and then he goes zoinks. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this?
No, dude.
Why did they make this? Why did they make this movie? And now I'm glad Matthew Lillard wasn't a part of it because it was horrible.
You want to tarnish his reputation?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg played the Blue Falcon, like like the superhero like character from like one of the old from the Hanna-Barbera stuff. He has like the mechanical dog, Dynamo, whatever his name is, Dynamo.
Kind of.
Well, it's like an old Hanna-Barbera cartoon that used to come on. Like, I'm sure it came on a normal, channel back in the day. But for me, it came on Boomerang, so I would watch it on Boomerang. I didn't really care for it. But anyway, so Mark Wahlberg is like the superhero character in it. And like, it's just so bad. It was really bad.
That sounds really bad.
Don't waste $20 on this movie.
God, you spent $20
to rent it. You have to, it's 20. It's like,
Dang,
because it was supposed to come to theaters. Yeah. So, I mean, you're technically paying how much you would pay to go see it at a theater.
Yeah, I almost spent $20 to watch The Invisible Man the other day, but at this point, I feel like I almost should just wait until it's like...
Yeah, until it's rental.
Like cheap rent, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so what'd you do?
Oh, man, not much. I found some, like, good food places. That was pretty cool. You know what I mean? In Huntsville. I've been, like, discovering new food places to eat because everything's, like, closed or, like, the places that are open are, like, really crowded. You know what I mean? So, like, I've been trying to branch out and go eat at different places. You know what I mean?
Where you been eating? Oh, by the way, thanks for...
Sorry, it's really distracting. What's going on?
Oh, Devin was saying the stream was looking good, boys.
Oh,
thanks Devin.
You're
sorry.
looking good, Devin.
Yeah, like just in case you're still there, like it might take me a second to actually see what you're posting on the stream chat because it's so far away from my face. Like I have to like lean in and look at it. So if it takes me a second, sorry about that.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
Talking about food places you ate.
Oh, yeah. I found some good places. Have you ever been to Freddy's Steak Burgers, dude?
I've never been to Freddy's Steak Burgers. Tell me about Freddy's Steak Burgers.
Incredible. They have steak burgers and frozen custard. What are you doing? What are we doing here?
I'm fixing it. You can keep going. We're live.
Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much it, man. I've just been eating and skeeting, except
whoa.
except not skeeting.
What? Well, that's a little bit of information. Okay. Well, are you having a child? Is that what's happening?
No, definitely not. Just kidding.
No, yeah.
Kidding.
I forgot to mention
about the skeeting.
Yeah, I'm an uncle now. My sister had her her baby.
Did my ski
Yes, it
comment
reminded me
you?
that I'm an uncle now.
It's the magic of life, right
Yeah,
there.
that's how it works.
That's really cool, actually. Is this
His
your
name
first?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes, I'm first time uncle here.
First time uncle. It's a good feeling, right?
Yeah, his name is Hudson.
Hudson.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him lots of video game stuff to make his father angry about.
Yeah, I'm really hyped for my sister's kids to get old enough to play video games with me. I'm gonna.
They're old enough now. They're like, how old is he? He's like 4 or 5.
No, not even. He's like 2.
The oldest one?
I don't know. I don't want to embarrass myself. It's everything's just like a blur.
Watch him be like 15. Like, he's like 2, bro.
He's like 20, just like.
Yeah, no, I can't wait to just like force video games into his life, and he's gonna like think of me as like that weird, like poor, like whenever like he's real little, he's gonna love me, but whenever he gets old enough, he's gonna be like, oh man, that guy,
That creepy uncle.
yeah,
man.
the uncle who just keeps trying to like play video games with me.
Nah, you'll forever be known as the cool Uncle Jamal.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I want, but I'm still I'm
Your
gonna.
brother will be the creepy uncle that like jumps off of buildings. No,
See,
I'm just kidding.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be me 10 years from now, you know, or like, I don't know how long it's gonna take before like my hair just starts balding, you know, I just start looking like that old guy, but like I still want to stay young, so like I still have the same look. It's just I'm balding down the middle, my hair's real long, but I still play video games.
Yeah, I'm wondering when my hair will start looking like weird because I'm getting too old. You know,
Yeah,
like,
you know what I'm saying?
When will I get too old to have like long ass hair? Will that be like a thing at some point in my life? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, will I notice it also? Will I look in the mirror one day and be like, oh fuck, maybe I should get like a grown-up haircut in this bitch, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
see, I tried the grown-up haircut. I'm actually probably about to do it again because,
Yeah?
I'm about to cut my hair off pretty soon.
I might get a little trim because this is ridiculous, man. It's like going down my shirt and shit. It's hard to deal. It's hard to do.
We should both
things.
get cool haircuts.
I don't know about a grown-up haircut, but
It doesn't have to be grown-up,
Yeah.
but something different. Let's get like I've had long hair for a long time. Let's do something crazy, dude. Let's do like
What
fucking.
are you thinking, dude?
I don't know.
What if we like sewed our hair together and we just walked around like this all the time?
Like fucking spliced together. Like no. We should look for like something new. Let's be trendsetters, dude. All right, let's find a cool haircut that we think would be dope that we could both get. And for the podcast, have the same fucking haircut.
We should do one of those like fades, you know, where we like shave it real close and then we like write something in the side. We do like
it says
a
game speak or
yeah,
a controller.
Yeah, with a controller.
Oh, dude, our logo.
And then we could just sit sideways, like facing each other, with like the logo on our head.
I'm telling you, dude. One of these days, we're gonna get a dope haircut.
Yeah.
But anyways, I guess we'll jump into the video game stuff. Let's go to the news. Just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of the articles as our own. We are simply giving commentary on these articles, and by commentary, I mean we're just reading them to you and talking shit about them. Not in a bad way, unless it needs to be. Let's start this off with the biggest news that we have, which is the Unreal Engine 5 stuff.
Yeah, interesting. Good news.
Yeah, so Epic Games revealed its next-gen game engine last week, Unreal Engine 5. To showcase the power of its new engine, Epic revealed a brand new, fully playable tech demo that's running on the PlayStation 5 in real time. IGN asked what advancements are in the PS5 that allows for Unreal Engine 5 to function at this high of a level on the console. Epic founder and CEO Tim Sweeney explained that it was the system's storage advancements Sony hardware architect Mark Cerny revealed earlier this year that makes the next-gen Sony console a powerhouse. Quote,
by the way, guys, if you want to see what we're talking about, Devin posted this on our Facebook group. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
But you guys can all totally check this out while we're talking about it if you want. And, like, listen
Do it. Yeah, it says, quote, I think, first of all, Sony has a massive increase in graphics performance compared to previous generations. But, you know, I guess we get that every generation, Sweeney joked. But Sony's made another breakthrough that in many ways is more fundamental, which is a multi-order magnitude increase in storage bandwidth and reduction in storage latency. end quote. As revealed back in March in a digital deep dive on the PS5 hosted by Sony architect Mark Cerny, Sony revealed its custom solid-state drive that targets at least 5 gigabytes per second in terms of bandwidth. That's compared to the 50 to 100 megabytes capable on the current PS4 hard drive. Quote, the PS5 puts a vast amount of flash memory very, very close to the processor, says Sweeney, so much that it really fundamentally changes the trade-offs that games can make and stream in. And that's absolutely critical to this kind of demo, Sweeney explained. This is not just a whole lot of polygons and memory, it's also a lot of polygons being loaded every frame as you walk around through the environment, and this sort of detail you don't see in the world would absolutely not be possible at any scale without these breakthroughs that Sony's made. Sweeney says that Sony's storage architecture is far ahead of the best SSD solution you can buy on PC today. And so it's really exciting to be seeing the console market push forward the high-end PC market in this way. End quote. While Epic wouldn't comment on any potential performance differences between the PS5 and Xbox Series X, Sweeney confirmed that the features shown today, like real-time global illumination and virtualized geometry, are going to work on all the next-gen consoles. So what do you think about that? The high-end PCs not even having this storage system set up? Like,
well, it's just an SSD. I mean, by the end of this year, you'll be able to buy one and put it in your PC for like $100 or so, I'm sure. You know what I mean? It won't be like a big thing to upgrade your PC to like a better SSD. That being said, PCs are already working with integrated SSDs and stuff like that will probably work just fine with what we're looking at here. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm wondering. Do you think they're just embellishing that? Like,
I think they're not embellishing it so much as like, I don't know. It's hard to say. Because I have noticed that like the SSD does make a big difference, and I don't know if their SSD is going to make a bigger difference than the SSD I have in my PC, but like I can boot up my PC in like 30 seconds, you know what I mean? Like, and I can, start playing a game in like, really fast as well. Like my loading time's like zoom,
Yeah, because
like
it's already like ready to go.
Yeah,
basically.
on like everything. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. It's hard to say that it won't make it'll definitely make a difference compared to current gen. I don't know how much of a difference it could possibly make compared to PC, but then again, we don't have like this next gen shit to try it with. Like maybe it does make a big difference with the Unreal 5 stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the fact that he's saying it's far ahead of the best solid state drive solution you can buy on PC. I want to know what that means. I want to see this in action.
Well, I mean, if you want to know what it means, go listen to that tech deep dive they did on PlayStation. I mean, he explains it in great detail, like why the SSD is better than a normal SSD and stuff.
Huh.
But it's like, incrementally better. Like I think it's like 20% better or something, which is like a good amount, you know what I mean? But there's more to it than that. Like like you could come up with a PC right now that's still more powerful than, you know what I mean, what the next gen's going to be pumping out, you know what I mean?
And I want to see like how this compares to the Xbox Series X. Like I want to see it, like even though they touted this as like a PS5 thing, but I mean
I saw a whole nother article where he was like making a point to like expressly say like, hey, this is not just a PS5 thing. Like Unreal 5 is like, it's gonna work great with PS5, but it will work with Xbox and PC as well. Like the whole next gen of things is going to be like revolving around Unreal 5 and probably whatever, Unity decides to do next, I guess. You know what I mean? Or
definitely. I think a lot of people walked away from this though with the wrong idea, thinking that this was just like PS5. Yeah. Which I think,
not only is it like going to be like, not only could this work with Xbox, but you'll be able to play the actual Unreal demo on Xbox whenever the Xbox comes out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
for
it's,
sure.
Totally playable. But that actual demo is crazy, man. Like, the particle effects and, like, the lighting and stuff is just nuts, man.
Even though it was only like a 60-second thing. Like, it's kind of like...
But some of the stuff they talked about, too, like how they can, like, get the textures and put that, like, insanely detailed robot in the room, like, 1,500 times or some shit like that, or, like, a billion times or something. Did you see that? Where she's in the room full of, like, highly detailed... That shit was crazy to me. Like, I'm like, okay, this is going to be really cool, man.
Yeah, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited for the next gen. I wish it was here already, you know.
Totally. You know, but,
What you got?
Let's see. Sorry, I'm using a new format. Everything's really small on my phone. Nintendo surprised Paper Mario fans with an unexpected game announcement on May 14th. Paper Mario The Origami King releases for Switch on July 17th. The news comes with a debut trailer that you can watch you can watch on GameSpot, I guess. As with the other entries in the series, it's developed by the veterans at Intelligent Systems. I didn't put too much more about that, but you can go look it up on YouTube. It looks really cool, man. It looks kind of spooky for some reason. Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, it looked like it was pretty dramatic. Like, they were, and I like the way it looks. I feel like it's going back to, like, Super Mario RPG almost.
Well, I know some of the more recent Paper Mario games kind of dropped some of the RPG elements that they had in, like, Thousand Year Door and shit like that. So I'm hoping they go back to that. You know what I mean? I really like Paper Mario as a series. I like the aesthetic of it, and I like the gameplay.
No, I agree.
I'm hyped to have one on Switch, you know?
And it's coming out fairly soon. It's coming out the same day as Ghost of Tsushima.
I might get Paper Mario instead of Ghost of Tsushima, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely interested.
What did you think about the Ghost of Tsushima footage, speaking of which? We can go ahead and just
I didn't watch all of it, but, like, I mean, it's all right. I mean, it just looks like Assassin's Creed to me. Like,
see, to me, it looks like, I don't know. It looks kind of not as good as I wanted it to.
No, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. Like, I just got real, like, Assassin's Creed vibes from it. I think it was cool, like, the whole, like, there's no heads-up display thing. But, like, outside of that, I was like,
Call me crazy, but I just feel like it should have looked better. You know? Like, that's my biggest problem with it. Like, this was announced in, like, 2017.
Yeah.
This game needs to look, like, stunning. It doesn't look as good as, like, Sekiro or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that bothers me.
Well, I think it's probably because it's an open world and stuff like that, you know?
Maybe.
You know, like, it's not as linear as Sekiro and stuff. But, I mean, it's also the last, like, big game coming to the console, you know what I'm saying, before next gen. It's one of the last ones. It's not the last one, is it?
I think probably The Last of Us 2 or something like that.
Yeah, Last of Us 2 will be the last one.
Or Cyberpunk or something like that.
Yeah, but Cyberpunk's not like a first party, PlayStation.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
This is their first party game, but I don't know. It looks okay. I wasn't too excited. I wasn't too hot on it since the beginning. It looks like one of those games that you just like. You either love it or you just don't care. It's not that you hate it. You're just like, eh.
Like Days Gone or something?
Yes, exactly.
I think it's going to have like a Days Gone kind of fan base, you know?
For sure. I agree. So the latest patch for Call of Duty Modern Warfare and the Battle Royale game Warzone is out now, bringing with it new maps and a series of changes. The update dropped on PS4, Xbox One, and PC at 11 p.m. PT, so if you don't have it already, it'll be here soon, which this happened when you're listening to this. If you're not watching it live, it happened yesterday. So anyways, get this, it'll be it weighs in at a whopping 30.86 gigabytes on Xbox One and is around the same size on PC and PS4 too, although it'll be smaller if you only have Warzone and not Modern Warfare, which is great for me because I only have Warzone, and this game is taking up like half of my hard drive.
As if it didn't take up enough of your hard drive already. Although sometimes those patches, like, they'll download the 30 gig patch and then the actual file size will shrink.
It's like compressed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Also, it's like the only thing I've been playing anyways, so I don't really care. The biggest new additions in the update include a new gunfight map for Modern Warfare called Isle 9 and a new Modern Warfare multiplayer map called Hard Hat. Coinciding with the release of the new maps, Modern Warfare is getting a special 24/7 playlist for Hard Hat and a face-off mosh pit playlist for Isle 9. Additionally, a new DLC pack, Fearless, is available for the Call of Duty Endowment charity, with all proceeds going towards helping veterans find work. Spec Ops also gets a new mode with modified missions that include special variants like headshots only and more. The Warzone Battle Royale mode adds a number of new features with this update, including an armor box that players can find as loot or purchase through buy stations. The box resupplies your entire team's armor, so it could prove to be very useful on the battlefield. That sounds super helpful.
Definitely, especially for your entire team. Like, that would be so clutch if you were in, like, a big gunfight and you just replenished your whole team's armor or something, you know?
That, or, like, if, say, you know, you all, like, say two of you had to gulag back, like, and you're close to the end of the game, and like you could just run to a buy station and replenish everything, not have to go search.
Totally.
Additionally, most wanted contracts have returned, which they put in for like literally a day and took out because they were so bugged. But now I guess they're back. While there are now more gulag loadouts, including 6 different assault rifles and 4 SMGs. Yeah, that sounds tight.
That's so fun. I was getting tired of the same old
pistol shotgun setup. The May 18th update also fixes a number of bugs, including exploits that could allow players to access points outside of the map. A rare bug in Warzone that traps players in the gulag for the entire match has also been fixed. I was stuck in the gulag for quite a while one time.
Really?
On like a glitched out setup, but like eventually it took me out of it. But there are some weapon balance changes too. The FAL and SCAR weapons now have decreased aim down sight times, while the penalty for holding your breath too long while using a sniper rifle has been reduced. Yeah, because that shit is fucking ridiculous. The VLK Rogue sees its rate of fire increased, while the Holger 26's recoil has... Is it Holger? I don't know what
sounds right to me.
Yeah. The recoil has been reduced. Also, the vault doors can now be opened. In addition to blood money quads, Infinity Ward is adding a new limited time game mode called Classic Battle Royale. As the name implies, this mode removes all the extras from Warzone's Battle Royale experience, stripping it to the barest of essentials. There are no buy stations, no contracts, and no gulag to give players any sort of edge in-game this time around.
That's kind of fun. I like all these changes.
This is
all good stuff.
They're doing good. So the vault door thing, they made it to where like sometimes you'll open a box or like a loot box and you'll find this red security card, and you can go to that vault if you find the red security card, and it'll open the vault, and you go down into these tunnels, and there's just like a shit ton of loot boxes.
Dope.
Like
Have you tried
like
it
rare
already?
ones. No, I've just seen videos of it because it just happened today, and I haven't played
cool.
today. Yeah, it looks dope. And I don't know how rare it is to find the red card or whatever, because there's only like 2 vaults in the whole thing. So
Did you see that video of that squad who got like 121 kills or some shit? Like, holy fuck.
Fucking
dude.
crazy,
That was a
dude.
crazy video. Oh, man.
yeah, I wish I was that good.
Dude, yeah. It's pretty wild stuff.
Oh yeah, what you got?
Okay, the Epic Game Store is partnering with 3 more digital retailers for keyless game authentications, similar to its partnership with the Humble Store last year. Fanatical, Green Man Gaming, and Ginba Digital have announced integration with Epic Game Store, letting your purchases appear on the client without any additional steps. So basically, this means, like, if you go on one of those little shady third-party websites that I was talking about the other week when, like, we were talking about saving money on games, like, specifically, like, Fanatical or Green Man Gaming, you don't have to, like, copy and paste the key into, like, a thing anymore. It just goes directly to the Epic Store and, like, loads up, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
if you
awesome.
just link your account to the thing, you know. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. There were some other updates to the Epic launcher as well, which we'll get into.
I really like the Epic Store, man. Like, everybody gave them so much shit, but like, dude, I've gotten so many free games and so many games on sale. Dude, Grand Theft Auto 5 is free right now on
forever.
fucking forever if you get it now.
Yeah.
It's I think that it actually goes away on the 21st.
Yeah, but as long as you download it, get it. You'll be good.
As long as you get it, you're good. And they do a new game like every week, and like the Grand Theft Auto 5, before it came out, it was like mystery game, you know, and then it popped up and it was GTA 5 and everybody freaked out. But right now, they have another mystery game lined up for after GTA 5 goes away. So who knows what kind of dope thing they're going to give us next.
Oh,
you know
that
what
would
I mean?
be cool. Yeah, I love Epic Games right now.
Dude, yeah, me too.
So Eddie McCooch at GameSpot says, Halo Infinite developer 343 Industries has warned fans to stay vigilant following a post about the game on Reddit that has now been confirmed to be a fake. Community manager John Junisek
John Jacob Jingleheimer.
John Jacob reminded fans on Twitter that they should only trust details that come from Halo's official channels. Quote, since today's leak admitted to being fake, please remember to only trust messaging from official channels. We're close. Just hang in there, end quote. Junisek said. Microsoft will formally show off and discuss Halo Infinite during the Xbox 2020 event in July. The company previously planned to reveal the game in more details during E3 2020, but that event was canceled and Microsoft shifted its strategy. The supposed Reddit leak claimed to have new details on Halo Infinite's campaign and multiplayer, but it's now proven to be a bunch of baloney. According to Reddit leaker Test Track, Halo Infinite is going to be an open-world shooter. Amongst other details, the user, whose claims have been now debunked, said the game would feature 4 large open-world segments and a vehicle-based menu. As well as it was just a bunch of stuff saying there's gonna be 35 missions in each of the 20 area or 4 areas and all this stuff. He made
Sounds tight.
Yeah, but he made it all up because he even sent 343 Studios a message saying, "Hey, I'm the one that made the leak." Or made the leak. I was bet something that I wouldn't do it or whatever, and so he's like, "If you guys want me to take it down, just let me know." It's like, why? What, you know, it must have been some dumb kid or something.
Oh
but,
my gosh, dude.
But yeah, so it was completely fake. But yeah, just in case you saw it and didn't hear that it was fake.
Watch it not have actually been fake, and they're just
they're
doing
faking
it's like
the
a
fake.
massive cover up, you know.
You're right.
Okay. Let's see. Last year. Oh wait, before we get off of that subject, I'll go ahead and read another Halo thing. Halo Infinite will be an Xbox Series X launch game, but we haven't seen any gameplay footage from it yet. When we learned that Xbox would showcase first-party titles for the system in an upcoming Xbox 2020 presentation in July, we assumed that Halo Infinite would be one of them. Now we have official confirmation from 343 Industries itself. In the latest post on Halo Waypoint, developer 343 Industries states that we'll see more of the game during the upcoming stream. Quote, you may have seen people talking about this lightly before, but we're extremely excited to confirm that Halo Infinite will be one of the many first-party titles included in the Xbox 2020 event in July, the post reads. So
Yeah.
we, for sure, will be seeing some shit about it in July. So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm excited to see it. I know a lot of people pretend they don't like Halo anymore, but y'all
I think they're gonna be liking
Yeah.
Halo when they see what they got up their sleeve.
Yeah,
right?
I think y'all are a bunch of lying ass bitches. And all of y'all that are like, Halo is never that good. It's like, you're lying.
Yeah.
I get that you claim that you don't like Halo, but if somebody fucking brought Halo over to your house and fucking played Blood Gulch.
Oh, you'd be jumping on.
You'd be jumping on because you're a lying ass bitch.
Yeah.
But anyways, Stephen T. Wright at GameSpot says, as it marks its 10th anniversary, Respawn has announced that it is expanding with a second studio opening in Vancouver that will focus entirely on Apex Legends. According to interviews with key Respawn staff conducted by GamesIndustry.biz, including with Apex game director Chad Grenier and lead of operations Henry Lee, the decision to expand into Canada is driven in part by the existing EA Vancouver campus. Lee says the proximity to other EA developers will help the studio leverage their resources more efficiently. Additionally, Grenier says that the new location will help Apex grow into a larger franchise like Call of Duty and FIFA. So
I think this is a good thing because I think right now too much of their resources are wrapped up in Apex Legends, and I think to just kind of say, all right, fuck it, let's just have a whole team working on that so we can actually focus on our other projects like Star Wars 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm okay with this. I think this is a smart move on their part, and I think it'll make Apex better and their other games better in the process. You know what I mean?
They're Paul Plart, blah, clop.
Blah cops. Blah, blah. Call blobs.
Blobbly blocks. So Gamescom has moved. Oh wait, no, it's you. It's you. You started talking, so I took it as you read the news.
Oh, sorry, I got excited there.
I take your word as fact and news.
All right, let's see. Last year, Oculus added hand tracking support to its standalone VR headset, the Oculus Quest.
Whoa.
While it was initially released as an experimental feature, it will be released to all users at the end of the month. Hand tracking support on the Oculus Quest requires no new peripherals or setup. The feature uses the same built-in cameras and sensors to detect both of your hands and individual finger motions, giving you an alternative input option to the included Oculus Touch controllers. Apps and games need to be updated with this support in mind, which is why Oculus initially released the feature as an experimental one. In a blog post announcing the move to a full release, Oculus highlighted 3 games: Elixir, The Curious Tale of Stolen Pets, and The Waltz of the Wizards, that will make use of hand tracking when the feature releases with an Oculus software update this week. Oculus also stated that it will begin accepting third-party titles with hand tracking support on the Oculus Store from May 28th.
Question.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever tried to use the hand tracking on their penis?
I don't think it works that way,
Like if you put your right hand behind your back and then pulled your penis out and used your left hand.
I think it would know that your penis doesn't have fingers. And
it wouldn't think it was just a giant hand.
It wouldn't get confused.
Okay. I don't know how. They're not a giant hand.
just
a hand.
Well,
no, that's not what I meant by that.
Jamal's dick just like a huge
giant
like a hand, like a fist.
It looks a lot like a hand. Yeah, no, but I just meant like in general, like, okay, think about that. How does the tracking work? Could you use your foot as your hand? Like, could it track your foot?
No, it's really smart. It knows your hand.
Okay.
Like, every individual movement is
because I want to see what would happen if it tracked your feet.
You have to do
hands.
gestures to do stuff. Like if you want to move a menu, you have to pinch the menu and scroll it like that. So
I'm really elegant with my feet.
What if you just had some fucked up hands
feet
that look like feet and it got confused?
It's like
that would suck,
Yeah. What about people that are missing hands?
I don't know.
They couldn't use their feet instead.
I don't know. That's really sad to think about.
Yeah.
But this is really cool actually because this has been a thing for a while. The hand tracking. I use it when I'm just being lazy and want to just throw the headset on and pick something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the fact that it's now being implemented into actual games is really cool. I can't wait to play a game where I'm just using my hands, I don't know. It's really cool how well it works.
Yeah, no, it sounds pretty interesting. Yeah, and it sounds like something that you would be excited about. So.
Definitely, yeah.
Good for you, dude.
Thanks.
Glad for you over there in VR land. So Gamescom has moved to an all-digital event in the wake of coronavirus concerns, and as a result, the show is getting a slight date shift. Previously scheduled to take place August 25th through the 29th, the new digital event will instead be held August 27th through the 30th.
Man, fuck. No, I'm just kidding.
That also shifts the date for the opening night live event held by Jeff Keighley, which will now be August 27th. According to the announcement, Gamescom will now serve as a content hub for news and publisher events. Unlike the standard Gamescom, the digital event won't require a ticket since the events will be streaming. Opening night live will kick off the show, in addition to some other special events like Gamescom Awesome Indies and Gamescom Daily Show. The event will culminate in the August 30th presentation of Best of Show. The annual DevCon conference will take place August 17th through the 30th, running partly concurrently with Gamescom. Although Gamescom will unfortunately not take place in Cologne this year, it will be impossible to miss it on the internet, said Managing Director Oliver Frezzi. And the announcement, our digital concept is showing the way forward, and the event landscape and many of the innovations will become an integral part of Gamescom in the years to come. Jeff Keighley Keighley promoted the new opening night live date on Twitter and reiterated that it will serve as the endpoint of the Summer Game Fest digital event.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't even know what half of that was that I just read. Like, there's so many different like online events that are happening right now
Right?
that I'm like, okay.
I can't keep up with it all. Usually I don't find out until the day it happens, and then I get all hyped about it, and I'm like, ah.
Yeah, I'm like, what's the difference between Summerfest and Games DevCom?
Gamescom, Game Fest.
Why is Jeff Keighley at Gamescom if he's doing his own Summerfest thing? Like, what are they? Why is
Jeff
he even in
Keighley's
this
got
article?
His fingers in a lot of pies, bro.
Yeah, he needs to wash them hands before he sticks them in all these pies.
Yeah,
you know
true.
what I'm saying?
Coronavirus.
Yeah, 20 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, what?
That's how long you have to wash your hands.
Oh, okay. I was like 20. I thought I had 20 seconds to read the
Yeah,
next
20
article. I was like,
seconds.
it's kind of a long article. I don't know if I can do it. Okay. Chex Quest was was the result of one of the most creative and ad campaigns of the 90s, which bundled a non-violent take on Doom with Chex cereal. Now, General Mills has released an HD remake of the original Chex Quest on
Thank
Steam.
God.
Yes, and it's free. The Chex Quest of 1996 was essentially an ambitious Doom mod, which meant that it used a now dated combination of 2D sprites and 3D environments.
Mm-hmm.
This HD remake overhauls the game's visuals, as well as adding in multiplayer modes with 6 playable characters. This is still an advert game, however. In order to unlock those characters, you can buy packages of Chex Mix or check Chex Mix's Instagram for the codes.
So this is an official re-release. It's not like a fucking. It's just a rehash of their ad. So like it's not just like somebody redesigned it and modded it to put it out. Somebody or like the company.
This is made by General Mills. Yeah,
they're like, yeah,
and it's legit though. It's like really tight. Like, okay,
it's made in the RE2 remake engine.
This is ray tracing. No, I'm just
Just wet.
No, but it's tight. Like, I was a big fan of Chex Quest as a kid. Like, it was one of my favorite things, like, ever. It was like one of the games that like shaped me as a gamer. You know what I mean? So to like go back and play like the original level in 3D, like, I don't know, it's stupid, but it was really, really nostalgia.
Oh, you played it?
Oh, dude, did I play it? I've been playing Chex Quest all goddamn day, bro.
Wow.
I'm not even going to talk about it currently playing because there's just too much I've been playing. But,
yeah,
dude, Chex Quest. It's free.
What would you rate it?
I mean, if you liked Chex Quest as a kid, it's like a 10. If you didn't like Chex Quest and you don't really know what the fuck I'm talking about, then you're not going to enjoy it at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I feel that.
There you go.
How was the ray tracing on it, though?
There's no rage. That'd be dope. But
So this is the other thing that Epic Games Store is doing right here. If you've ever bought a game on a digital store and then seen it go on sale at a greatly reduced price only days later, you know how painful an experience it can be. It does. If you're using the Epic Games Store to buy games, though, that feeling might soon be a thing of the past. Users are now receiving partial refunds for recent purchases made before a game comes on sale. This news comes via Joshua Boggs, the director at Studio Mayday and previous director of Framed at Love Shack Entertainment, who tweeted out part of an email he received about a partial refund being paid into his account. Quote, "You recently placed orders from the Epic Games Store," the email reads. "The price of the games you purchased were recently lowered, so we are issuing partial refunds for the differences. This means that players will receive back what they would have saved. It's a very generous move, in line with their recent decision to not charge developers royalties on their games until they hit $1 million in revenue." Look at that. What are you gonna do? These are just some great guys over there at the Epic Games.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain. Okay. Now my question is, okay.
What's the question?
Here's my question. Okay.
I'm listening.
Let's say I buy Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay.
Okay.
Let's just say it's on sale right now. Okay. Let's just say I spent $30 on it. Okay. Let's just hypothetical.
This is a good hypo.
Hypothetically. Now, let's say that new mystery game Epic unveils next week is Red Dead Redemption 2. Do I get my money back?
Yes. No. I don't know. I don't work at Epic Games.
That's the question I'm asking you.
Well, you just paid for it. You're the sucker. You know,
Am I though?
no.
Or is Epic Games the nice
They say
guys?
partial refunds. So I
it's
imagine
only-
if it goes free, they're not going to give you your full refund back. You know,
Yeah, but what if I bought it on a discount? Well, I guess that would. I don't know.
what if I already got a discount?
I don't know
on it?
where I'm going with this. But
No, I just don't. I don't think it works with the free games.
Hmm.
I imagine it's like games that like the next week they're like 20% off or something. I mean, maybe it works with the free games. Maybe you will. Did you buy it for $30?
I did. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to see what it looked like on PC compared because I already have it on Xbox. I don't know why I did this.
You're a fool.
I'm a fool. But I also heard there was some missions and stuff that are on PC that aren't on console.
And I imagine there's lots of cool mods and
Yeah.
stuff. How was it?
I haven't tried it yet. I've honestly, I've got a little bit of a backlog, and we'll talk about it whenever we get to
The
currently
backlog
playing, but,
bog.
Like, I can't play too many games at once, or else I just like lose my focus on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can only focus on like 2 or 3 games max at a time.
That should be a segment at some point. The backlog bog. I don't know how it would work.
I
but,
like it. I don't know what it would be about, but I'm cool with that.
where we just like
Go
talk about
through.
games on our backlog, or like we pick one game from our backlog to play that week, and then like talk about it.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like I think that could work. One of the we'll figure it out. Anyways, wait, it's me or no? It's you.
Is it me?
It's you.
Okay.
It's Brent.
Here we go. Valve Software has made the tools for editing Half-Life Alyx's levels open to the community. In a new blog post on the official site, the developers have announced the release of the tools as part of the Steam Workshop support, an initiative by Valve to support the modding community. The tools will allow for the creation of new levels, models, textures, and animations for the Half-Life VR game, along with letting creators upload their their mods to the Steam Workshop for anyone to try. Valve intends to continue updating and adding to the toolkit while still in beta. The first release includes the current editions of the following software. I'm not going to read all the software because there's a lot of it. But basically, they're doing what they did with like the original source, you know.
Yeah, we talked to the developers that made like one of the highest or like the highest rated source made games like of all time.
Yeah, we did. Whoa.
They made that zombie game. Wow, it sucks that we can't even remember. Remember they were working on a VR version of it.
Yeah.
It was like Zombie Source or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that. But see, this is really exciting for me as a VR person because I think like if this ends up with like Gmod VR or something, like that would be so sick. You know what I mean?
People just make cool games for the VR in it. That'd be tight.
I mean, you think about all the great games that came from the original, like this. You know what I mean? Like Counter-Strike. I'm pretty sure it was originally like came from this. You know what I mean? Like Portal. I think.
What's it called? The orange box, like Team Fortress.
Team Fortress, yeah. A lot of great things are just products of like Half-Life, you know? So that's exciting. I hope we get a lot of cool VR content from this, even if it's just cool mods for Half-Life. Like, I would love to fucking play through Half-Life with like a lightsaber or something, just cutting everybody up, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Beating up Krusty the Clowns the whole game or something.
Play through Half-Life as
Thomas the Tank Engine. There better be a Thomas the Tank Engine mod for Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah, dude. So Gabe Gerwin at GameSpot says Rainbow Six Siege is one of the most popular multiplayer games on the planet. So it comes as a little surprise that it has its share of imitators. One such imitator, however, is doing more than that in the eyes of Ubisoft. The company has filed a lawsuit against both Google and Apple for selling a game Ubisoft says is a direct ripoff. As reported by Bloomberg, Ubisoft's suit against Google and Apple concerns the game Area F2, a multiplayer shooter created by Chinese mega corporation Alibaba and its website eJoy. According to Ubisoft's suit, the game allegedly copies Rainbow Six Siege's user interface, including its final score screen and the operator selection screen. Area F2 is available in the US on mobile devices and is currently in a free period, while Rainbow Six Siege is only on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Prior to filing the lawsuit, Ubisoft said it had told Apple and Google that the game infringed on its copyrights, but the games were not taken down. The lawsuit was filed in LA, and neither Google nor Apple have commented on it Fortnite yet.
So it's like stealing direct assets from
I guess
Rainbow Six, because it said like the character
the user
select
interface.
screen,
Yeah, and of course Google and Apple aren't doing shit about it because it's China, and China owns everybody now.
yeah.
So then they're like, you take it down, we take you down. That was not meant to be a racist accent.
That was very racist.
Nah, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
But like, it wasn't meant to be racist. It's just China pisses me off. Okay.
That's okay. We're already getting shut down by PETA because I talked about hog hunting at the beginning
That's true.
of the show.
We did talk about that.
We're pretty much pissing everybody off today. It's okay.
And I'm like partially, like I'm so close to being vegetarian. I'm so close.
How are you close to being
because I only eat meat in one meal out of the day now. I've lowered it down to where I'm only eating meat once a day, and it's eggs, which are considered vegetarian. But
are they?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't
know that either.
No,
because they're like baby chickens.
Well, because the reason the reason why they're considered vegetarian is because the eggs that we eat would have never turned into actual chicks. Like they're like
we like to think that.
No, that's the case.
But
like,
I mean, they've definitely gotten like half developed fucking eggs before. Like, this as gross as that sounds.
No, I know what you're talking about. But the case is with the eggs, it's that it's not that they're half developed. It's that like I have to do the research on this because I looked this up, but my brother is the one who he's been vegan for like 6 years, and he told me that eggs are considered vegetarian. And the reason why is because the eggs that...
Are they vegan, though?
I don't think I think they're vegan. No, with vegan, you can't have any type of like with vegetarians, you can have dairy, you can eat eggs. And there's like certain things that make the difference between veganism and vegetarianism. It's a very small, minute difference.
I had one of those veggie burgers from Burger King earlier today.
Hell yeah, you're vegetarian.
I think I'm vegetarian.
No, but see, I've been slowly moving this way ever since I watched the what's it called on Netflix, The Game Changer or whatever. Like since that day, I slowly have been cutting. Like even at like dinner, I eat like fake meat. I've been eating
that Beyond Meat.
That Beyond Meat
shit's
stuff.
good.
Like,
that's what I ate earlier at Burger King. I'm serious.
Yeah, no, it's good. That's why it's getting easier to do though. So like, and I just love animals. I feel bad. It's not even. It has nothing to do with morals. I don't care if you're vegetarian or not. I'm only doing it because I come home to my dog every day. And I'm just like, oh, I love you, Farley. And then I like eat like animals, and I love pigs. I love how cute pigs are and stuff like.
In all fairness, though, your dog probably loves eating.
He loves it too, But I can think higher than my dog. You know what I'm saying? So like the fact that he doesn't know any better, and I do though. I know that these creatures are living. And I know, that I personally would never be able to kill one. So, like, if I could go to a farm and I could kill an animal, then I'd probably be like, fuck it, I don't care. But, like, I couldn't. I know if somebody gave me a knife and was like, hey, kill this animal real quick, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to. So I don't think I deserve to eat.
See, I think if that's the only way I could get meat, you know what I mean? Then I would do it.
If that was the only way
that I could eat. If they were like, you're
eat.
never eating meat again unless you like go out and stab an animal every time you want meat, like I would probably. I hate to be like that, Maybe I'm like kind of a sociopath or something.
No,
I just like meat
said,
that much.
It's a personal preference. It has nothing to, I don't care if somebody else could kill an animal. I don't care if you could kill an animal. It doesn't make you wrong.
Yeah.
It's just me personally. I have a problem with me doing it.
And it also kind of depends on the animal because, like, if it was like an apocalypse, and like I was starving, like I could probably kill a cat to like eat it, but I could never kill one of my cats. Like if I had an emotional,
I could kill your cat, but I couldn't kill my cat.
Exactly. if I have an emotional connection to the animal, I would have a lot harder of a time.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, say
probably same with people though. Like if I was in a situation,
I'd kill and eat a person
my
before
friend
I
turned
killed
into
and
a
ate
zombie. And I had to kill my friend as a zombie as opposed to just some zombie on the street. I would be a little more like, oh, I'd rather like lock you in a room and hopefully we find a cure or something.
Yeah, imagine having to live the rest of your days knowing you shot and killed me and then ate me.
And then, like, a week later, they're like, oh, we got a cure for zombies.
Yeah, not even that. Just for the rest of your life, you have to know
Yeah,
that dude that I did a podcast
probably
with
wouldn't
for
shoot
years.
and kill you and eat you, man.
That dude that
your meat would be all tough because you're a vegetarian.
Oh,
you know?
that's it. No, I'm grass fed.
Oh, okay. So it'd probably be better, actually.
Yeah, I'm grass fed, cage free.
You're not helping your case over here.
Yeah, I'm getting. I'm actually kind of disappointed.
I think I might want to try a little piece over here.
Little Jamel, No, but anyways, let's get back to the game. Sorry, guys, that you had to hear that.
Yeah, wow.
But yeah, so how did we even get onto that? We were talking about eggs.
Yeah.
What was happening with eggs?
We talked about PETA. It just all got.
Oh yeah.
Everything just went to shit.
Oh yeah, take it back to China sucks. Anyway, so
China.
We'll blame it on China.
Yeah.
Activision has confirmed. Wait, or is this you? Is it me?
It can be you. Activision did something.
Okay.
That sounds cool.
Activision has confirmed to Kotaku that just 5 songs from the combined soundtracks of the original Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 will be missing in the new remakes.
What songs are missing? That's the question.
These songs are listed as Psychovision, Suicidal Tendencies, or by Suicidal Tendencies.
That's the jam.
Committed by Unsane.
Oh no, that's the jam.
Bring the Noise by Anthrax.
Oh no.
And Chuck D. And then B-Boy Document 99 by The High and Mighty, featuring Yassine Bey and Mad Skills.
I don't remember that
one. And Out with the Old by Alley Life featuring Black Planet. Screamer and Nothing to Me by Speed Dealer.
I wonder if they're going to replace those missing songs with songs that aren't missing.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
I think so. Possibly. It'll probably be like newer shit.
I'm kind of hyped about this, dude. Like, is it wrong of me to be this hyped? You know?
No, I'm extremely hyped. We should be extremely hyped right now. If you're not extremely hyped, you can get out.
Yeah, that's true. You can get out.
Now, the songs that will return, and you can check, they have an official Spotify playlist now for the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remakes.
Oh, damn.
Is Police Truck by the Dead Kennedys, Superman by Goldfinger.
Oh, good.
Jerry Was a Race Car Driver by Primus, New Girl by the Suicide Machines, Here and Now, The Ernies.
Oh, good.
Euro Barge by the Vandals, Blood Brothers by Papa Roach, Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, dope.
Pin the Tail on the Donkey by Naughty by Nature. You by Bad Religion.
Oh, good. Yay.
Yeah. When Worlds Collide by Power Man 5000. That's another good one. No Cigar by Millencolin.
Oh, yeah.
Cyclone by Dub. You got me spinning in the cyclone. What does he say? You got me spinning in the cyclone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. That's my shit.
Dub Pistols by May 16. I love Dub Pistols, bro. Cyclones by Dub Pistols. And May 16's by Lagwagon. But I love Cyclone. Anyways, Subculture by Styles of Beyond. Diesel Boy plus Chaos. I'm sorry. Okay, Subculture is by Styles of Beyond and Diesel Boy plus Chaos. Then we have Heavy Metal Winter by Consumed. Evil Eye by Fu Manchu. 5 Lessons Learned by Swingin' Utters. And then Speed Dealer by TBA.
Dope.
Yeah, so there's your classics.
It's going to be hot, dude.
Oh, hot off the press.
I'm excited, man. Speaking of remakes, on May 13th, 2K Games teased Mafia Trilogy and stated that a bigger reveal is set for May 19th. The short teaser video featured voices from the 3 main characters in the series. Blah, 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 blah. Basically, they announced that they're doing, like, a 3-pack of games, like, with all 3 Mafia games, and they're, like, remastering the first 2.
Yeah.
But the first game is getting, like, a remake.
Yeah, it's like a full-on remake, not a remaster.
Dope, you know what I mean? And honestly, the first game is the best game out of the bunch. You know what I mean? As far as the story goes and, like, the settings and stuff, and just, like, the Mafia feel overall, I really think the first is the best. So I'm excited. I definitely am going to... I'll probably skip out on the other 2. I'll just play the first one remastered, you know? But I'm a little hyped about that.
Yeah, it looks cool. I mean, I guess. I don't really care for Mafia, but I mean, I like it. I like how it looks. I'm happy for those who like Mafia.
I've always been into, like, Mafia stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I like the mafia movies. You know what I mean? I like the I don't know. It's just a fun thing for me.
I like that. I don't even know if this would be considered mafia, but I like that movie, The Road to Perdition.
Oh, that's definitely
Tom
mafia,
Hanks.
dude. That's about as mafia as it gets.
There's like a part in that movie where he walks out and it's like it's storming and raining, and he walks out with a Tommy gun and he just starts blasting all these people in the middle of the road, and it's so fucking dope, dude.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Good movie.
I like the end of that movie where he's like in the house and they like it's all peaceful and they like have that shootout in the like house. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's really sad.
That's one of those like iconic shootouts, like almost like at the end of Kill Bill where they're in the snow and they have that like fight.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
it's
dude.
like I don't know. I really like the juxtaposition of like the calm scenery and like the violence. I don't know. It was really it was a good movie.
Yeah, the whole movie, or the whole sadness of the movie, all stems from the son, the little kid being just not listening to his dad.
Yeah, little
He's
shit.
like, yeah, don't, don't. He's like, go to bed, don't follow me. And he follows him and witnesses his dad and them, committing murder. And then so he's like, that the guy sees that his son saw it, so they got to take out the family. You know what I'm saying? It's bad.
Good movie.
Good movie.
Basically, God of War 2018.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Okay.
it's all you from here on
It's
out.
all
I'm out
me.
of news.
Oh, I'm so honored right now. Okay, we talked about the Unreal demo working on Xbox. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Ubisoft's latest earning reports contains some information about their sales across the console generation, including the franchises and games that have done particularly well. Ubisoft has announced that 11 games across 6 franchises have sold over 10 million units after releasing on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Nico Partners senior analyst Daniel Ahmed posted a graphic on Twitter highlighting the company's biggest sellers, and some of them might come as a surprise. The games that have sold 10 million units or more are Assassin's Creed Unity, Assassin's Creed Origins, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, The Division 1 and 2, Far Cry 4, Far Cry 5, Ghost Recon Wildlands, Rainbow Six Siege, and Watch Dogs 1 and Watch Dogs 2. Which is a little interesting, I feel like, that Watch Dogs did so well.
Well, I mean, originally it's because they lied. They were liars.
But Watch Dogs 2 did just as good.
Yeah, but I'm saying because Watch Dogs 2, they came in, they were like, this time for real, though. You know what I'm saying?
What about, okay, all right.
Because remember that whole controversy with the original Watch Dogs where they showed off the game and it looked nothing like how it actually looked when it came out?
I mean, it didn't look nothing. It just looked a little bit worse. Like I feel like that was one of those controversies that kind of got blown out of proportion. Like, lots of games don't look as good as they do at their like E3 showcase. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but this one was particularly bad.
But Watch Dogs is a pretty game. Like, if you go play the first Watch Dogs, it doesn't look bad. Like,
but it didn't look how it was supposed to look. That's the problem. Don't come out lying. Just come out trying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come out showing what it's actually going to look like, and people will respect it more.
I mean, look at Spider-Man, though. Like, they did the Spider-Man showcase, and, like, when they finally released the real Spider-Man game, they took, like, half the reflective puddles off the ground, and, like, they got a bunch of shit for that. But, like, everybody still loved the Spider-Man game.
Though, it was the puddles. The first Watch Dogs game wasn't that good, though.
It was good, though. It was a good game. I don't play games all the way through unless they're just, like, at least kind of good. You know what I mean? And I played all the way through Watch Dogs. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know about all that. All that.
I'm serious. I don't have the patience to sit there and play, like, a mediocre game all the way through. Like, I don't.
But that's the thing. You tend to have a more optimistic view on games that a lot of people don't have an optimistic view on. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying that the game's mediocre. It's just saying that your version of great is what other people's version of mediocre is.
Nah, I don't know, man. I think I'm just more open-minded than some people.
That's what I'm saying, though.
But, like, I don't know. Because, like, other people really liked Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And, like, I couldn't finish that. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that's a bad game. I just think that, like, I got more into Watch Dogs. You know what I mean?
Than
like,
Odyssey.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're a crazy man, Brent Bass.
Either way.
It's no hate. It's just I know that you have a different view of what's a good game compared to a lot of people.
I just thought Watch Dogs was innovative for what it was at the time, because at that point, when Watch Dogs came out, we got lots of fucking sandbox games that were like, the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Watch Dogs tried to do something different with like the cell phone thing and the hacking and like you can manipulate your environment with your phone. I thought that was a cool thing, and I like that you were like a good guy, so like you get penalized for just callously like killing people and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was kind of like I don't know. It was it had its own thing going for it. I really
Not that Streets of L.A. didn't do that already, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, Streets of L.A. was kind of like wacky and like didn't really like. First of all, there was nothing that original about true crime. Streets of LA.
Whoa, shots fired, bro. There was the fact that you're a cop. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say that's the only thing that makes it original. And then you go on and you end up getting better games where you're a cop that are open world. Like,
but I'm just saying. It did it already, though, where you get penalized for being bad.
But do you really get penalized? Like, how much does it penalize you? Like,
well, bro, it affects your moral standing.
It depends on which true crime or game we're talking about, actually, because like Streets of New York actually would affect the story if you were bad enough. It would like have alternate endings and stuff.
That's all I'm saying, though. It's already been done. And it was done generation.
Okay, well, that
before.
was just one element of, like, they definitely didn't do the cell phone thing. Like, nobody had done that. You know what I mean?
Because back then, cell phones were flip phones. And you were bumping Lil Jon on them. As your ringtone.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
All right, yeah, I feel you. Okay, let's see. Moving on to the next thing. NVIDIA's GTC 2020 keynote was delivered from the kitchen of CEO Jensen Huang, but the scaled-back presentation didn't mean the content was lacking. Although NVIDIA has yet to reveal its new gaming-focused GPUs, it did focus on what will power them. Ampere is just the latest NVIDIA processing architecture that will move from 12 nanometers down to 7 nanometers, akin to the jump AMD performed with its RX 5000 line of GPUs. The shift should theoretically bring with it a jump in performance, as NVIDIA can now fit more transistors onto the processors. Ampere's, I don't know, it goes on, but basically NVIDIA is doing crazy shit to keep up with the Unreal 5 stuff that's coming out. And it's going to be wild whenever they drop their next graphics card. So
nice.
If you're a PC gamer, get excited about NVIDIA's new line of GPUs. Yeah, and that's all I got.
Sweet. That's it for this week's gaming news. We're going to move forward now with this week's releases, where I'm going to tell you which brand new games you can buy in the next 7 days. Yay. Okay. We're going to start it off with Total Tank Simulator, coming to PC on May 20th. Couldn't find a price, but Total Tank Simulator is a physics-based tactical World War II battle simulator. Players become commanders, deploying massive armies and watching them fight tactically on intense physics-based battles. You can even experience first-line action instantly by taking control of individual units on the fly. Challenge your strategic mind and unleash creativity on a variety of game modes, including sandbox, shadow survival, and campaign mode, all with 6 different playable factions. And then we have the game Crucible, coming to PC on May 20th for free to play. Crucible is a battle to the last survivor on a hostile alien world. Players choose and customize heroes, making alliances, and betraying allies on their path to victory. I think Crucible is the Amazon game, or like one of Amazon's new games
Okay.
coming
I like
out.
that.
Yeah. An additional player heightens the drama by triggering events, live streaming the battles, and interacting with viewers. And then we have Monster Train coming to PC on May 21st. Couldn't find a price, but Monster Train is a strategic roguelike deck building game set on a train to hell. Hell has frozen over, and it's up to you to protect the last pyre from the forces of heaven to make the underworld burn once more. Monster Train adds an extra strategic element to deck builders with 3 vertical play fields that must be defended at a time. Yeah, I'm good on that. And then we have Monster Prom XXL coming to Switch on May 21st for $15.99. You have 3 weeks to get a date for Monster Prom.
What the fuck? Are you monsters?
I guess. Go through absurd and funny situations, raise your stats, and seduce one of your classmates in this multiplayer dating sim.
So it's Super Seducer, but you're monsters.
Yes.
It's Super Seducer and Monsters, Inc. University mixed together.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Sexy. Love your worst self. Monster Prom is a game meant to be played by 1 to 4 players and gameplay that mixes choose-your-own-adventure with dating sim mechanics. As a student at Spooky High, you're looking to achieve the ultimate high schooler's dream, not going to prom alone. Being a monster can be hard, but getting a date for the Monster Prom is even harder. Okay, I guess.
Oh,
and then we have Pushy and Pulley in Blockland coming to Switch on May 21st for $9.99. Pushy and Pulley in Blockland is a co-op arcade game with a retro feel. Help Pushy and Pulley get back their spaceship on their trip across Blockland.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we have Maneater coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC on May 22nd for $39.99. Set in the unforgiving waters of the Gulf Coast, Maneater is a single-player action RPG where you play a giant bull shark and terrorize the coastal waterways. Fight to survive in the open ocean with danger lurking at every depth. Your only tools are your wits, your jaws, and an uncanny ability to evolve as you feed. Anything and everything is on the menu. Kill or be killed. Experience a compelling tale of revenge centered around a human who slaughtered your mother and left you for dead. The ocean isn't big enough for the both of you. Tear swimmers and divers limb from limb. Give the humans a reason to fear you. Immerse yourself in a living, breathing world full of threats and rewards. Explore sunken wrecks, lurk in swamps, or just cruise the open ocean looking for whales to feed on. Roleplay and customize your shark with a variety of stat-driven systems. Evolve different parts of your body to improve how they function or pump up your ferocity to enter brief feeding frenzies. That sounds ridiculous.
Sounds dope.
It sounds dope.
I'll fucks with it.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Jaws simulator, basically.
Yeah, it sounds like that Jaws game that came out, but good.
Yeah.
You know, maybe.
I'm all about it.
And then we have Saints Row, the 3rd remastered, coming to Xbox One, PS4, PC, May 22nd for $40. I'm not going to read all that because you get the idea.
Yeah.
And then we have Family Man coming to PC on May 22nd. Couldn't find a price for it, but
Lucky there's a family man.
Lucky there's a guy who positively can do. No, wait, no, I don't know. Who tries to? No, but so Family Man is a first-person story-led RPG that asks the question: when pushed to the limits of your own morality, how far would you go for the sake of your family?
Pretty far if it's a video game.
Yeah, me too. You owe money to the mob, and you've got 30 days to pay it back. Will you flip burgers and earn an honest living? Fuck no. Or will you take on some dirty jobs for more cash? Of course you're going to take on the dirty jobs.
Definitely taking on the dirty jobs.
Yeah, but there's but potentially push your family away.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'm going to push my family away. No, I'm just kidding. But in a game, yes. Yes, I will do that because my in-game family means nothing to me.
Yeah, fuck them kids, man.
Utawarumano, Prelude to the Fallen, is coming to PS4 and Vita on May 26th for $59.99. Based on the hit anime series Utawarumano, Prelude to the Fallen is the first chapter of a tale years in the making. A man with no memories awakens in a strange world and is taken by a tribe of kind-hearted beast folk. He is raised as one of their own, eventually earning the name Hakuwolo, or Hakwolo. I don't know. When entering neighboring nations begin to encroach on when neighboring nations begin to encroach on his homeland, Hakuwolo rises up against the tyrannical invaders, setting himself on an unforgettable journey that lives on in the Song of Legend. Okay, I don't know what that means, but sure.
Okay.
Sounds bad.
Yeah, pretty bad. Sounds pretty bad.
And then we have Wildfire coming to PC on May 26th. Couldn't find a price. Master the elements in this stealth game where everything burns. Use your elemental powers to start fires, freeze water, and move earth as you outsmart superstitious enemies in this mischievous 2D stealth game. Okay.
Okay.
And then we have The Elder Scrolls Online Greymoor coming to PC on May 26th for $39.99. Greymoor is a major chapter addition to The Elder Scrolls Online, the award-winning online multiplayer RPG. Stop a powerful vampire lord from enslaving Tamriel in the dark heart of Skyrim, a gothic tale of sinister secrets and deadly betrayals. There's been so many good games that are coming out in these next 7 days. And yeah, but that's the last one.
That's it? Oh, gosh. So many amazing games coming out.
Yep. You know what?
It's bad when another Elder Scrolls Online edition is like the best game that's coming out this week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'm giving up video games. No, I'm just kidding. I'm done.
I mean, that shark game might be kind of cool.
That maybe.
I'll fucks with some sharks.
I'll try it out.
Yeah.
I'll give it a go. But not for $50 or $40.
Oh, hell no. It's going on sale.
Yeah, when it's on sale, we'll talk more about that. But anyways, so yeah, let's jump on over to currently playing.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that's it. What are you playing?
Oh, man. Okay, I got a lot
Because you know what I'm playing. I'm playing
Yeah.
Call of Duty Warzone.
Always.
And you can always catch that right here on Twitch at twitch.tv GameSpeak / GameSpeak Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to see JAMAL win every game he plays
Every
with
single one of them.
132 kills,
I've never lost.
never lost
Not
a single round.
fucking game.
Not one time.
Never.
Undefeated. Undisputed.
They call me the God of COD.
The COD God, JAMAL. Oh, I love it.
There we go.
Yeah, so I have not been codding it up, unfortunately. Let's see. Okay, so I finished Lone Echo. I don't know if we had talked about this, but I actually finished it, and it's really, really good. Like, really good. Like, okay, let me slow down, because I got a lot of games to talk about. This might take a second. I'm sorry. But, like, Lone Echo, you know, I'm not going to spoil anything about the story, but, like, part of what made it so good is, like, the mechanics where you're, like, flinging yourself through space and grabbing objects and stuff and, like, you know.
Yeah, you've given us this lowdown every week.
Right. So I finished that, and, like, this new game came out on Quest. It's called Echo Arena, okay?
Echo Arena.
Echo Arena. And basically what it is like it's the same mechanics from Lone Echo. Like you're flying around, you use the same little thrusters and boosters, only this is on the Quest, so it's like wireless. And it's an online game where you're like playing in teams of 4 against other teams of 4, and you have like this frisbee, and you're like flying around this arena, and like you're trying to like throw the frisbee through the other team's goal, like soccer basically, but like zero gravity. It is so much fun, dude. Like, you can, like, punch the other guys in the face, and they have to, like, stop in place for a little bit, and you, like, fly past them, like, fuck you, you know? It's so much fun.
So freeze tag.
Yeah, kind of, but, like, freeze tag and soccer mixed together.
Wow.
It's one of the most fun things I've played in VR. It's really good. But,
right.
yeah, so I played Echo Arena. I played Westworld Awakening on that. There's Viveport Infinity. It's like this service that's kind of like Netflix, but for VR games. I played Westworld Awakening. If you like Westworld, the TV show, this is like essential. It's really good. It starts you in this like. Okay, have you ever watched Westworld?
Yes, the first season.
Okay, so you kind of get like the idea of Westworld at least. You know what it's about. So like,
yes,
it starts you and you playing as one of the hosts, right? Like of the park, and you're in this
Nice.
weird like serial killer scenario where you're like going up to this spooky house, you know, and like the serial killer kills you, and like it cuts to the room where they're like over your body like programming you for tomorrow or whatever, and they're like, oh, maybe we should do this, and then it puts you back in the same scenario, and so you like do this scenario like over and over again at first, and like there's a different person like at the park with you, like, you know, and he's all like, oh, into the cowboy thing, and like they have the serial killer. I don't know, it's just really cool how they did it, and it expands on the story really well. And it's,
you know, you would think, you know, this might just be me, but you would think if you're gonna make a Westworld VR game, why wouldn't you just make it where you're not the host and you're going to Westworld, experiencing Westworld?
I don't know, that would be cool. But I think the problem with that is it would have to be like open world. It's kind of a linear game, you know what I mean?
But that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Make it open world.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. But what they did do with this game was fantastic. So I give it a big thumbs up. I played Layers of Fear VR, which I expected to be really good, but like it's really bad. It's not bad. Like the graphics are bad. Like
okay.
Everything is still like, you know, it's Layers of Fear. So if you like Layers of Fear, it's cool and all, but like it's all pixely. Like whenever you get into like a dark area specifically, everything around you just you see every pixel. It's really weird. Like it's
horrible.
It takes you out of the experience and it kind of ruins the game.
Also, as much as I love Bloober Team, and I love Bloober Team a lot, Layers of Fear, just the title, always reminds me of cake.
Like a scary cake?
Like a layer cake.
It makes me think of onions.
Like Shrek.
Yeah.
We're all like...
Onions have layers. So, yeah.
It's like, no donkey.
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 No, so I played that.
More like onions. Okay, anyways.
It was not that great. Honestly, it's maybe the worst thing I've played this whole week. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I hate to be that way because I really wanted to like it. Maybe that was my problem, is like I expected too much.
Yeah.
But then I played a little bit of Layers of Fear 2. I didn't play much just because like I've been playing so much other stuff that like I immediately got my attention shifted. But Layers of Fear 2 seems pretty cool. Like the graphics look nice, and I haven't gotten too far into it yet, so I don't really have much to say about that. But I played a little bit of it. I played another case on the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. That's a lot of fun. I played a little bit of the original Far Cry because I was like $1 on Steam, and I was like, fuck it.
It's not like Far Cry.
Do what?
It's not like the Far Cry that you know and love today.
No, it's not. But you know what? It looks surprisingly good for how old of a game it is. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, that was the point. That was the point of Far Cry.
I mean, I know that, but at the same time, it's like kind of impressive. Like, you know, just going back and playing, it's like, man, this is an old ass game, and it's, you know, it still holds up pretty well.
Nice.
Let's see. I played a little bit of that. Animal Crossing. Okay.
How's that going for you?
I'm fucking obsessed with Animal Crossing.
Isn't this like your first Animal Crossing?
Yeah, this is my first like Animal Crossing experience, and like I check it like at least once a day, every day for like 2 to 3 hours. I always go in just to like buy turnips or like something, and then I like end up just fucking doing some random shit that Tom Nook wants, and like I don't know, I have so much fun with it.
The weird thing is, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this.
If you really listen, they're really talking.
They're actually saying no. Yes, kind of.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like they okay. So like they say, so like if they say T, they say T.
That's
you know,
like,
but if they say the, they say.
Have you noticed when you're like on the like bank account thing and you're like typing numbers, and if you hit a 4, it's like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'll say the actual letters, but whenever you put it all together, they don't know how to say the word. They just know how to say.
It trips me out because like it goes with like especially Blathers, like he'll like have like little pronunciated things he does, or like with the two like Timmy and Tommy, like whenever Tommy's in the background.
Yeah, I love it, dude. I love it. And I love their songs. I love the songs in the game.
I've officially got like 6 residents on my island now. I just paid off my house, so now I'm doing a bigger house that's going to be, put in there tomorrow. I got hella bells, you know what I mean?
It's definitely an escape. It's such an escape.
It really
from
is.
reality.
I'm lost in that shit, man. I'm so into it. Like I'm all about digging up fossils. I think that's my favorite thing is digging up fossils because it's rewarding. Like even if Blathers doesn't buy or take your fossil, you can sell it for like a pretty good price. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I'm so happy for Animal Crossing finally getting its just deserves. Deserves. My bad.
No, I feel you though.
It deserves it.
I saw this meme the other day and it was like, remember that summer where we were all outside playing Pokemon Go? It's like this summer with Animal Crossing is kind of like that in reverse. Like
it is. It really is. It's something that changes the way you feel. You know what I'm saying? It's like it can take you out of reality in a way that makes you happy. And that's what I like about Animal Crossing.
I just got my first piece of art too. They just opened the art wing in my museum.
Was it fake? Did you get
No, it was legit. I got a good one from Red. It was the very first piece of art I ever bought. He tried to rip me off though. He was like 400,000 bells, and I was like, I'm good. And he was like, okay, 4,000 bells. I was like, all right. Now we're talking.
But that's really what happened.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it though. If anybody wants to, come to my island, your boy got cherries, peaches, coconuts. You know what I mean? So we could go nuts.
He's saying he.
You know what I mean?
Hold on. What? Could you say that one more time?
I said I got cherries, peaches, and coconuts, so we can go nuts.
There you have it.
Yeah.
That's what Brent has been playing.
Mm-hmm.
There's more.
No, there's more.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no.
I wanted to end it on that.
I'm
that was
sorry.
beautiful.
Yeah, I want to end it too, but like I've just been playing too much stuff to end it. So.
God. All right, tell us what else you've been playing.
I've also been playing Control. I picked Control back up, and I'm trying to get back into it because I didn't give it much of a chance the first time I tried to play it. I basically played it for like a few days and then sold it back to GameStop. But like I bought it again because it was only like $10, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna really try it this time. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. But my only problem with it is like there's this weird like glitch with the game where like every time I go into a new area of the game, all the textures in the game get like muddy.
That's a known issue with it.
It's so fucking annoying, dude. I have to like go into the I have to push start and go into the menu and then like back out of the menu and like it'll make the textures good again, but I have to do it like at least 10 times every time I play. It's horrible. But other than that, I'm having a lot of fun with Control. It's really creepy. There's like these little videos you can find in the game that are like, I don't know, little Easter eggs or whatever. And like, if you find them, there's like certain videos like that. Some of them are like, like training videos or whatever for the Control unit. But there's these ones that are called the Threshold Kids. And it's maybe the creepiest thing I've ever seen in a video game. Like, they're these little puppets that just talk about creepy-ass fucking shit. If you want to see something weird and creepy, go look up the Threshold Kids on YouTube from Control. It'll creep you the fuck out. It's like Salad Fingers or something. It's really weird, and it's just, like, in the game. Like,
I always found Salad Fingers slightly comforting.
Oh, good to know.
I like the rusty spoon. Something about it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I actually didn't find it comforting. But that's cool. So you have now officially played Control.
No, I'm still in the process of it. I'm like...
No, but I mean like you're officially playing it.
Oh, yeah. I'm way more into it now than I was that one time, yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't like it.
I didn't like dislike it. I just couldn't get into it before. Now I'm like giving it more of a chance,
Definitely. Have they put that free update out yet? No.
Yeah. You mean with the digital learning, the deep learning super sampling?
I don't know. No. Like it's like DLC or something.
Oh no, they don't have a free DLC, but they do have a DLC for it that you can get the foundation or whatever.
Oh, okay. So it costs money.
Yeah,
I thought it was free.
I think it costs money. They're putting out 2 different story DLCs for it. But when they put out that DLC, they did an update to the game where they put in a thing called deep learning super sampling, and basically it like takes the game and renders it at like a way lower resolution and then like upscales it to like look like it's in like 4K basically,
wow.
but it's like at a way low. So it's like you're getting like 20 to 30 more frames per second than you were originally. Like it's interesting how they did it. And
Man.
I think it's something that we'll start seeing in more games soon. You know what I mean?
Going forward.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So is that it? That's all you've been playing?
Yeah, that's all I've been playing. Sorry, it's a lot of games been playing over here.
Hey, that's what we do. We're gamers.
It's true.
End podcast. No, I'm just kidding. No, so we're going to jump on over to the topic of the show, guys. This week's topic of the show is best space games, or like our favorite space games. I put best space games because it's more SEO friendly than our favorite best space games.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
that.
So this is our personal favorite space games that we think you'll enjoy.
Yeah.
I got 5 of them.
I've also got 5. Got a couple honorable mentions too. I can launch it off if you want.
Sure.
Okay. So my number 5, and some of these I just had to kind of encompass like the whole
space
thing, because it was like, okay, for example, my number 5 is the Dead Space trilogy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I just couldn't pick one because they all kind of go together. They're all basically the same game. And
most people didn't like 3.
I liked 3. I mean, okay.
It got more action-y.
It wasn't like the best of the series, but I did like 3. You know, I think it's kind of like got a Resident Evil 6 syndrome thing going for it. A lot of people didn't like it, but like it still was a good game somewhere in there.
But people like 1 and 2 for sure. It's worth a play, definitely.
Yeah.
I like the first one. I didn't play any of the ones after it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think 3 gets a lot of undeserved hate. I really think they're all good games, I think 3 relied too much on the gore being scary, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, okay, because it's gory, it's scary, you know what I mean? And that wasn't the case. That wasn't what made the first couple games scary, It's
more like the
atmosphere and stuff.
Yes.
But I gotta say, overall, as far as like one of the games that like really encompasses like the scariness of being in space, because that is one of the things that made it scary. It's like you're in space, It's like kind of like Alien, you know what I mean? Oh, I didn't even think about Alien. That would have been a good one to put on my list.
Which is my number 5.
Oh, hey.
Alien Isolation is great space game.
You know what's funny is I've been sitting there playing that shit in VR the past like week or two, and I totally forgot to even throw it on my list. It's such a good game.
Oh yeah, it's definitely it's a wonderful game. It's probably the only good Alien game or to date.
Yeah.
So if you are interested in the Alien franchise and you want like a cool side to the movie, or movies, this one's great. It puts you in that world.
Totally.
When
the graphics are great.
So beautiful. Yeah, it's like a first person. It's kind of like Outlast but Alien.
And I gotta
with
say,
really good graphics.
If you're a VR enthusiast, I know it's not like natively in VR. You have to do a mod, but the mod is super easy to do, and it is one of the best VR games out. It's like long, and it's got a big story, and like it's so beautiful in VR. Like there's parts where like there's like fog effects and particle effects in the air and stuff that is just really like immersive in VR. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's cool. Like when that little vent opens up and like fog rolls out, and it's like, oh shit, I don't want to go in there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. So
it's a good game.
What's your number 4?
My number 4 is The Outer Worlds.
That's also my number 4.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So
it's a good game, and the reason it's not a little higher on the list is just because like I feel like it could have
been better.
Could have had a little dash of something else, but all in all, really good game, really solid game. A lot of fun to be had there, especially if you like that style of game.
If you like Fallout 3 or like Fallout New Vegas, this is just more of that, but in space.
Yeah, or Mass Effect. I feel like if you're a Mass Effect fan or any of those kind of BioWare games, you'll probably like this too.
Yeah, it's even got aspects of KOTOR in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely like it's a classic RPG with like a modern day take on it. So. or a modern day Western RPG, you know, like with the classic traits. I don't know how to explain it.
I love all the colors and stuff in it too. It's such a pretty, like, vibrant game. You
It's
know
got
what I mean?
lots of humor, lots of choices you can, you know, make that actually change the whole route of the game.
Great voice acting. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Cool environments. I like a lot of things about the Outer Worlds.
There's like all these different like cities with different factions,
Oh,
like, or,
yeah.
or not factions, but corporations that you can like either be on their bad side or on their good side, and it affects things.
I really think if they do a sequel to it and like flesh it out a little bit, it has potential to be like a
really good
really good
franchise.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So what's your number 3?
So my number 3 is another one that I kind of just encompassed all into one, the Mass Effect trilogy.
Nice.
This is another one where the third one didn't get quite as hot of a reception, but it's necessary. You know what I mean? To have it.
What about the 4th one? Andromeda.
That's not even. That doesn't even count. That's like saying like Rogue One when we're talking about like the Star Wars series. You know what I mean?
It's true.
You
It's
know.
true.
Although Rogue One is pretty highly regarded and
It's one of
Andromeda
the
is
best.
not. You know. Okay, it's like saying the Han Solo story when we're talking about like the
Oh, God.
mainline Star Wars series. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure.
I don't know. But I really like the Mass Effect trilogy. I feel like the original Mass Effect has one of the most, at the time, was one of the most original stories, you know, just in general. Like,
Yeah.
like not even just in video games. Like, it had such a good, interesting sci-fi story that, you know, and I think the only way you could have even told that story was either through a video game or through a really long, boring TV show, you know?
Or Star Wars.
Or Star
and
Wars.
giant movies. Yeah, because like I mean, it was definitely the Star Wars of video games. Like it played that role where it's like, I think people for generations will look at it as like, oh, Mass Effect was the story, was like the sci-fi story for video games.
Totally. I think it did have like a lot of, it also had, it was kind of like Star Wars and Star Trek mixed together, because like you have like the biotic powers that were kind of like akin to like the Force in Star Wars, but it also had more of a grounded in like this world's reality kind of feel, like Star Trek, you know what I mean? I don't know. But it was a really good series, and like the twists and turns in the story were excellent. Drew Karpyshyn at his finest, however you say his last name. I don't know, man. I have nothing but great things to say about the Mass Effect games, and I really hope we get another mainline one at some point. But you know, I'd be surprised if we don't at some point.
For sure. Another great space game here. This one's actually in space at all times. Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time.
Oh, it's a good one.
This one's great for multiplayer. It's great for, you know, when you have friends over and you want to play some co-op. This is the perfect game. You're basically like, it's an indie game, but it's so highly produced. Like, they put a lot of effort into it, and it looks beautiful. You're on a ship. It's like a 2D ship, and like you move in like a platformer type way on the ship, and like there's a whole bunch of different controls on the ship, and so like you have, you know, up to 4 people playing, and so one person will be driving, one person will be jumping to the different guns and stuff. It's like controlling like a pirate ship almost, like, or like a, you know, like out on the ocean or on the seas, but in space. And then, so the whole time you're doing that, they start implementing more and more stuff as you like fly through space, fighting bosses and stuff like that. It's really fun.
It's a really awesome concept too that I think could be implemented in a lot more games than it's implemented in now.
Right?
You know?
You would think that more people would have done something with that. Like,
yeah, like it's a fun idea, and like the feeling you get when you're all in tandem working together, and somebody's like, "Take the wheel, I'll shoot" or something, you know, and like that's just like a cool feeling of like working together. You know what I mean? Like
if they could do that with like a 3D space shooter, like
in VR or something, that would be tight.
Yeah.
You're all on a spaceship together, working in different parts of the spaceship. Like,
yeah,
ooh.
but you can run around, like,
Yeah,
while one
yeah.
person's driving, you can still run around, and it's like almost like a level, like in the
That
ship.
would be so sick,
you know,
dude.
but
ooh.
I'm surprised they haven't done something like that.
Me too. Or even like a pirate ship game like Sea of Thieves, but like really intricate, where like everybody, I don't know how intricate Sea of Thieves actually is. It might be like this, You know what I mean? But like a game like that on a pirate ship would be cool too, like you were saying.
Somebody's got to man the cannons.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody's got to be
the
crow's
captain,
nest.
You know?
Like,
Yeah, crow's nest. Oh. I think if you're in the crow's nest, maybe you get like an actual eagle eye view, so it's like really useful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and someone has to swab the poop deck.
Oh yeah,
it's mandatory.
Dedicated poop deck swabber.
Yeah. What's your number 2?
Okay, so my number 2 is probably going to be obvious to most people, but I gotta say, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic for me on number 2. And with that, I want to just go ahead and say that, like, the reason I didn't put, because I could have honestly just put Star Wars this, Star Wars that as, like, everything on my list. You know what I mean? So I'm going to say Star Wars KOTOR for number 2, but in parentheses next to my thing, I'm going to also say every other Star Wars game that has ever come out. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure. What's up, Xanatos? I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But
Xanatos.
Xanatos.
That sounds like a legendary Pokemon.
I believe it is a legendary Pokemon.
I like that.
And thanks for stopping in and watching us live. So my number 2 is Outer Wilds. Just because, like, I never actually beat this game.
Not to be confused with Outer Worlds, which was both of our number 4s.
But Outer Wilds is definitely like a very interesting like space game, and it's very unique. It's also indie, but it's extremely physics based. So like you fly around in the ship and land on different planets and stuff, and like you have to learn how to maneuver the ship.
If you can land, yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, it took me a second to figure out like the controls and like how to maneuver, and then once you land, like the game, so like each game lasts like 20 minutes and then it resets. Basically, it's got like this whole Majora's Mask thing to it where it keeps resetting, but the stuff that you got done, you know, will. I think like parts of it remain and stuff like that, but there's so many secrets and things. Like there was like one time I was playing and I saw this like planet, and I started going towards the planet, and it was like this giant light, and like so I go down into the light, into the planet, and I was going further and further and further, and all of a sudden like I just like enveloped me. I was going into the mouth of like a creature, like, and I didn't even realize it. It was like on this grand scale. It was really cool. It scared the shit out of me, and then like I was like, well, I'm done with this game. But
yeah, I had a similar experience where I like landed on an asteroid, and like I attempted to land on the asteroid like 5 times, and like the first time I just crashed into the asteroid, and like 2 or 3 attempts later I finally like landed on the asteroid. And, like, I started, like, walking on the asteroid, and, like, I don't know, like, I look over, and I didn't, like, dock my ship properly or something, and it's just, like, floating off through space.
Oh, yeah, dude, that
like,
sucks.
Oh, shit. And I was like, no.
Then you're just stuck. Yeah, that happened to me as well. And, by the way, Xanatos says that Xanatos was actually Qui-Gon's first Padawan, speaking of Star Wars.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, that is a dope name. Yeah, I didn't.
That's really cool.
I always knew he had a Padawan before Anakin, but I didn't know his name. How'd you find out his name? Like, is there like a book about it or something? I want to know, because I would like to read that if it is a book. Anyways, number 1, Brent.
Whoa.
Take us to the end.
Whoa. We're already at number 1. Probably a little bit of recency bias here, but I'm going to have to go with Lone Echo. The reason I'm picking Lone Echo is because of one reason. I had the same feeling after I got done, like when the credits were rolling on Lone Echo. I haven't felt that feeling since I watched the movie Interstellar. You know what I mean? It's the same kind of vibes, the same kind of like deep connection you have to the characters, the same kind of like aspects of the game that translate. It's really beautiful, emotional game, and it's kind of like Firewatch or something. You just feel like deep afterwards. You know what I mean? Introspective almost. So I'm really happy with it, and I'm excited because Lone Echo 2 is supposed to be coming out at some point. I'm not sure when, but I think in the next year or so we're gonna be back in space with Olivia. Yeah, so that's exciting.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I haven't played it, but I would love to try it. Bring your foot tracking Oculus Quest over here. So my number 1 is Void Bastards.
Oh, good one. Yeah.
This game, like I had like a little stint with it where I like became obsessed with it and played it constantly for like a good week or two. And it's just so fun. Void Bastards is like it's a refreshing take on like the whole idea of the procedurally generated type game, because okay, so it's a first person shooter, has like very unique like comic book look to it. And like even like the enemies when they talk, like like it'll like pop up like in a comic book, almost like the little what's it called,
Pop art.
yeah, like pop art and stuff like that, kind of like Killer 7 or something. Like think back to games like that, but
I never played Killer 7, dude.
or 13.
Oh,
or,
13.
Yeah, it's like that. So it's like
I saw Killer 7 on sale for like $3 the other day. I almost bought it, but I was like, I don't know.
should have bought it, man.
Yeah,
Gave
really?
it a go. Yeah, I think people liked it.
Yeah.
I don't remember it. I remember playing it, but I don't remember like anything about it other than the fact it was like comic booky. But I remember 13 more than I remember.
Me too.
Killer 7.
13 stuck with me because it was so violent and I was so young, I think.
Yeah,
And the art style was like, I don't know.
it was just cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for Void Bastards though, the premise of the game is that you are going to different ships like in space, like you are following like this like map. You can choose where you want to go on the map, and it'll be like, okay, this place has like these certain types of restrictions or whatever. So like there's going to be this types of enemies on it, but you'll find like this kind of loot on it or whatever. And so you go onto the ship, you have to get all the loot and get out of the ship, without dying or whatever, because once you die, it completely resets the game. So like you just want to keep going further and further and all this stuff. It's definitely a roguelike, but it's really fun. And you can get lost in that game. And you're constantly unlocking shit like that. It saves the stuff that you unlock, for like the next rounds and stuff like that. But give that game a try if you like space and you like dope games. So
Yeah.
anyways, that's it. That's our best space games, or our favorite space games. And if we did not mention your favorite space game, you can mention it to us in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak or in the chat, or in the YouTube comments, or wherever, and we will see it and we will talk with you about your favorite space games. But we are going to jump on over to the People's Champ, where we're gonna name one of the people that wrote in a listener question as the champion for having the best question this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a deep guttural laugh. I could feel it in my freaking toe sensors.
Okay. All right, I got it. Okay. I'm going to give it to Aaron Jones this time. Aaron says to us, what video game did you play the most when in-store kiosks were a thing, and should they be brought back?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they should have never left.
Yeah.
They like, I don't understand why they're not out anymore.
Yeah, it seems like a better time than ever to have them out. Especially, okay, and I hate to just go off on my VR soapbox, but like, if we're going to sell VR headsets, there's no other way to sell them than to have people try it, Because you're not going to understand if you like it or not until you try it, you know what I mean? I just feel like there needs to be more displays,
I think
specifically with VR.
That particularly has to do with like cleanliness. Like you're just putting something on your face that somebody else
obviously,
had.
like right now, it doesn't seem like
no,
a good
even
idea,
before. So like, I mean, a lot of people don't want to go put their face on something.
Well, they have like single use like covers they do at arcades and stuff. You know what I mean? That you like put over the
that would
headset.
be cool.
It's like a little face mask thing. It's just like disposable every time you.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, they should have that. But, yeah, I think the one that I played the most, though, that's really tough to say.
I can tell you right now mine.
What's yours?
Mine is the World Is Not Enough, 007 on N64.
At Walmart?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember playing that one.
I was so into that, dude. No, actually, I played it at Best Buy or something in Conroe. It was weird. Like some weird store I was at a lot for some reason as a kid. But, like, I played that game so much, like my neck would hurt when I would leave the store because I'd just be like staring up at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was so good. And I would just play that first level over and over again where you're in the bank and you're like trying to like laser the money out of the PO box or whatever.
Oh yeah, dude. Hold on. I'm trying to remember what this game was called. On GameCube, Custom Robo on GameCube was the one that I played the most, and I wanted the game, but I was afraid that like it wasn't gonna be as custom as I thought it was.
The robos weren't
They weren't custom,
enough.
and I thought it was so cool that you got to like customize the robot, and then you have like a fight with the other person's customized robot, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna customize the best like setup, but I would always go to Walmart and play it, but like never actually got the game. But I played the shit out of that game.
Yeah.
It was like a mix between playing that and Luigi's Mansion. I played a lot of Luigi's Mansion because of I knew I was getting a GameCube for Christmas as soon as Christmas came around. So I just kept playing that like just to get my I just got to get it out of me,
Luigi's Mansion is a weird one for me because I played it on a cruise ship when I was a kid. Like there was like the kids club or whatever on the cruise ship. And, like, they had all the modern consoles that, like, you didn't have at home, you know what I mean? So, like, one night I remember sitting in that, like, kids club on the cruise ship, and I played, like, all of Luigi's Mansion. Just, like, it was so fucking tight.
Oh, dude, that's so awesome. Xanatos said MechWarrior Online is super, it has, like, a super deep customization for robots.
Really?
I'll check that out. Is it a fighter though? It says it's online. I mean, MechWarrior Online. It sounds like an MMO or something. You know what I'm saying? I just want like a small arena fighter with custom robos. You know what I'm saying?
They better be custom as fuck.
And they better be robotic.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, but anyways, no, I miss those days though. Whenever you could just walk into a store and just like hop on a console and like play whatever game isn't out yet. Like that was the thing. We were playing Luigi's Mansion before it was even out. It was just a demo. Like the GameCube wasn't out yet at that point.
Oh wow!
That's
just next level.
Yeah, you're just like, oh shit, this is here. But anyways, so I got a question over on Instagram from the Parkour Journal. Or AJ. He says, what is your favorite video game character of all time? Which sounds like a basic question, but I don't think we've ever answered that.
Man, that's deep. Because it changes frequently. I think right now, if I just had to say one off the top of my head, it would be Morgana from Persona 5, probably. The cat, the talking cat that hangs out with you the whole game.
Morgana. Okay. Man, it's so tough. There's so many great characters. Oh my goodness. What do I say? Like the greatest video game. I guess I'll just have to go with Conker. Like he's always been my go-to, my fave. But I'm sure if I sat here and thought about it for a while, I would come up with a different answer. But my go-to is Conker. I'm gonna say that. Just because he's humorous, he's British, and I love the game. I just love the zany shit that he gets into. So
I like that. I like that. I think that's a good one. Okay. Let's see. We have Devin Mayer here. He says, more of a question for Brent than Jamel. Sorry, Jamel. If you could design the VR peripheral of your dreams, what would it do and what would it look like? That's a good question. I think honestly it would be some kind of device that would keep my headset from fogging up when I'm too active. Like, like when I really start like sweating, if I'm playing like a boxing game or something, like the headset just infallibly fogs up, I want something in the headset that like blows air on the lenses or something and keeps it from fogging up. You know what I mean? I know that's a pretty tall order. But that would be my peripheral of my dreams, I think.
It's just a human mouth with like an esophagus going down to like a weird bag that like just blows out air up through. Just like
oh, that'd be weird as fuck. Like.
It'd be horrifying.
just like a set of lips.
Just like. It's like
people who noise, like
people who donate their organs after they die, like that's what happens to them.
Oh my god. The organs.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happens to the lips. Yeah. Anyways, any other questions?
Yeah, we got Corey Roche here. He says, I'm sure it's been asked or mentioned, but what are y'all's thoughts on the Tony Hawk Pro Skater reboot using current age skaters instead of their younger versions?
Is it current age?
I guess so. I don't know. I didn't really look that
Yeah,
far into it.
I didn't look
It probably
into
makes
that.
sense if they're like re-mocapping everybody and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, because like I
I'm
mean,
sure they're not gonna make them look quite as old as they do in real life. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, bro. Because Chad Muska's looking old, dude.
really? I
Yeah.
haven't seen him recently.
All of them look old.
Bob Burnquist just on a walker with the fucking bucket hat, just like
He's like just like spinning, not a spinning on a wheelchair. Like no, I like went and looked up a lot of their like videos, like current videos of them, just because I got hyped for the game.
yeah.
Like, dude, Kareem Campbell's looking old as shit.
Oh no, dude.
Fucking, dude, Elisa Streamer. Holy shit, she looks like a grandma, dude. Like,
Really?
no fucking lie. She looks like a grandma wearing baggy clothes.
Can any of them still skate?
Yeah, they can all still skate.
Tony Hawk looks old, but he can shred, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Tony Hawk looks, believe it or not, Tony Hawk looks the youngest out of all of them.
No.
Yes, dude. It's sad.
Oh,
It's really
dude.
sad. But you know, I'm happy for them. I'm happy they're coming
Yeah.
back. I mean, if they are gonna use all of them in their old form, sure, whatever the fuck. They've all gained a lot of weight, by the way. Like most of them. Have gained
Everybody's just super fat.
dude,
Like-
dude, Chad Muska is chubby, bro. Like Chad Muska was like super, like, you know, he was always like the leaned out, like holding the boombox, like, yeah. Now he's like, oh, he's definitely a little chubby. Not Rodney Mullen though. Rodney Mullen's definitely in great shape, and he's still Rodney Mullen.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Rodney Mullen, dude.
Honestly, I think Rodney looks the youngest out of all of them, but I don't know. No hate on age. We're all getting old, but I'm just saying it's a weird choice to make them all look like their old versions. I'm sure they'd much rather be their young iconic selves.
At least they're not doing Tony Hawk Underground with like Bam marching around.
Oh my
shit.
God.
Oh,
You just have to
fuck.
bust them out of rehab. Like, no. Anyways, yeah. So thanks for the listener questions, guys. We're gonna wrap up the show with
Brent's Super Hardcore Video Game Trivia Challenge. This is Brent's Super Hardcore Video Game Trivia Challenge. These are 5 questions meant to break your brain and bring the pain. This week's topic is Super Nintendo.
Oh, I got this one in the bag,
In the
dog.
bag. These are multiple choice questions today, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, so number 1. In America, we know it as the Super Nintendo. In Japan, it's known as the Super Famicom. But what do they call it in South Korea?
Oh shit.
Is it A, the Super Famiboy, B, the Super Comboy, C, the Super Entertainment Station, or D, the Super Nintendocon?
I'm gonna say the C.
Ooh, sorry. It's actually B, the Super Comboy.
What the fuck is that? Super Comboy.
Super Comboy, yes.
What do they call the Game Boy?
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
that's ridiculous.
Terrible name.
Yeah.
Terrible name. Yeah.
All right, one loss.
That's okay. That was kind of a weird one. All right, number 2. Nintendo's initial shipment of Super Nintendos sold out within hours. How many consoles did they sell in this initial burst?
Wait, which the Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is
Is
all
it-
about Super Nintendo.
Is it A, 100,000 Super Nintendos, B, 200,000 Super Nintendos, C, 300,000 Super Nintendos, or D, 400,000 Super Nintendos?
This is in how long?
This is in a couple of hours. They sold out within hours.
Okay, and it was 100,000. How many? So 100,000. What are the other numbers?
Oh, between 1 and 4 are going up in increments of 100,000. So 1, 2, 3, and 400,000 are your options.
Okay. I'm just gonna say. I know this is the dumbest answer.
No, lay it on me.
In hours, and this is the Super Nintendo. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say 100,000.
It was actually 300,000. C.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
They barreled through those little bastards.
They did. Yeah. F again. F. Xanatos, give me another F in the chat,
Hey,
please.
F in the chat. I love it. It's okay.
That's sad.
That's okay. Jamel's gonna school this one.
Yeah, maybe. I thought I knew the answers to these. Thank you. Thank you for that F.
Okay. This is number 3.
A letter inside. No,
How did Nintendo ensure that games for the Super Nintendo wouldn't be played outside of their intended region?
Oh, I know the answer to this one.
Is it a chip in the console, B, different shaped cartridges for different regions, C, a chip in the games, or D, all of the above?
Oh shit! I thought it was just the different shaped cartridges, but now I kind of want to go with D, all of the above, because what if they did? No, because it's not a chip. No, there's no chips. I'm almost positive there's no chips. I think it's just the different shaped cartridges. I'm gonna go with that one.
All right, sorry, is that you would have been right with D. You know what I mean?
Oh, damn it. I fell for it. He said it's a trick. Don't fall for it. Yeah,
it was a trick, yeah.
I thought it was a trick. I thought the D was a trick. Because
yeah, they had little pins in the PAL versions, I guess.
The PAL.
Yeah, I don't know where that is. You know, don't hate me, everyone, for not knowing geography. But apparently people would have to, like, trick it by, like, taking one of the pins out of the cartridge and stuff. And, like, there's all kinds of crazy shit. It was pretty...
With the NES, like, it was just different shape. Like, you could cut out or like, even with the Super Famicom, like, you could...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did the different shape thing, too.
Yeah,
sure.
Because I have a Japanese version of A Link to the Past,
I know
for
that
the Super
Japan and
Famicom.
English games, like, if you worked around the shape of the cartridge, you could play them on either one. Like, there were different adapters you could buy and stuff. But there were certain regions, like I think South Korea was one of them that had like the pin
chip,
and the chip. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I lost this one. Keep it. All right. Keep it.
That's
keep
okay.
going.
You can still redeem yourself here.
Kind of.
Okay, this is number 4. Which peripheral allows you to play Game Boy games on your Super Nintendo? Is it A, the Game Boy Turbo, B, the Super Game Loader, C, Game Boy Theater, or D, the Super Game Boy?
It's the Super Game Boy.
Yes, there you go. Ding, ding, ding. Redemption. It is sweet. Sweet redemption.
There's no way to win, though. This is just a stupid loss. Okay. What's the last question?
All right, number 5. How many SNES consoles were sold worldwide over the console's lifespan? Is it A, 49.1 million, B, 69.4 million, C, 31.8 million, or D, 40 million?
I'm going to say A.
Hey, you got it. Okay.
Yeah, because
2 out of 3 ain't bad, you know?
sometimes 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's bad. So we're going to wrap up the show on that. Xanatos, thanks for chilling with us in the chat. Thanks for all the Fs. Look at all the 3 Fs I got there.
All the Fs.
But he finished it off with a nice, so I appreciate that. Remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of CreateForSanity.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast directories. Be sure to submit any questions you want read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast. You can check out our video content on YouTube at youtube.com/CreateForSanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle AlJafferJamel and Brent at Brent has 1. That's the number 1. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners, later.